Many shades of pink and black health. Many shades of pink and black health, where good health equals long life. Welcome to the Many Shades of Pink and Black Health radio program on KBOKradio.com, sponsored by Many Shades of Pink. I'm your host, Wendy Sherrill, breast cancer survivor and advocate.
And I'm your co-host, Dr. Susanna Flalo.
Our special guest today is Mr. Glen Walls, songwriter, producer, and singer. Our topic today is music and breast cancer. And so I just want to say welcome, Mr. Glen, to the Many Shades of Pink and Black Health radio program. We're so glad to have you here today.
It is my pleasure as well. Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Well, I'm currently employed at the Department of Corrections.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm a little nervous. And I've been there for 44 years.
Wow.
And I have
You know what? Do me a favor. Go back before your 40 years at the Office of Corrections, and tell us a little bit about your childhood, like where you were raised, how many children, is in your family, how many children you have, just so we get a better sense of who you are.
Yeah.
Well, I was raised by my great-grandmother and grandfather, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a Christian background, and my sister and I, we was always in church on Sundays, mm-hmm. and what have you. They raised us to be very respectful and disciplined. We were very poor, and basically what my sister and I had basically was, a lot of love and a lot of enthusiasm, mm-hmm. and creativity. That basically what got us through, our childhood.
Okay, so are you from the California area, Moreno Valley area?
Yes, ma'am.
So you were born and raised in Moreno Valley?
Well, we were born in L.A., Los Angeles.
Okay.
In the Watts area. And then at the age of 5, we moved out into Paris, California.
Okay, Paris.
So basically I'm a country boy. Be honest with you.
With the chickens and the cows and
yes, ma'am.
Everything else.
Raised up on a farm. We pretty much had, the ducks, pigeons, and cows, and pigs, goats, 5 acres of corn, stuff of that nature. You know what I mean? We had beautiful gardens, that my grandfather and grandmother with greens and lettuce, tomatoes, things of that nature.
So you had to work on the farm, right? You had to.
Oh yeah.
You had to shuck the corn and all that other stuff, milk the cow.
Pretty much. Well, I don't know about milking the cow, but shucking the corn and so on and so forth, and watering the animals and the livestock. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, we did. Okay. And that pretty much was, on the weekends, because during the week we had to go to school.
Right.
And
mm-hmm.
catch the bus early in the morning. So.
So that's your beginnings, and then you have family. Children of your own?
Yes, I do. I'm blessed to have 3 daughters,
okay,
1 son, and 5 grandkids.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, so
I'm very proud of as well.
I'm quite sure.
They're very successful.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
So how long have you been doing music, and how did you start?
Well, basically, um, I got affiliated with music in elementary school.
Mhm.
You know, my heroes were Smokey Robinson, you know,
Mhm.
and the Temptations, Diana Ross and the Supremes, you know, James Brown, you know, and I was the first one in that district to create my own group at, when I was in the 5th grade. So we used to give a lot of well, we used to have a lot of talent shows throughout the little country town and what have you, you know. And then from that emerged and influenced a whole lot of other kids,
Okay.
you know, from my little groups that I had, you know, people at the high school, junior high, and so on and so forth, you know.
What were some
So,
of the names of your groups that you pulled together?
well, you know, when I think back now, basically we just call ourselves the Temptations.
Okay. The Junior Temptations, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
You
y'all,
know, that's been so long ago, whatever, you know.
so y'all was out there, y'all was up there doing y'all thing, huh? Especially if you naming yourselves the Temptations. So I know you guys had to be pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yes, music, the influence of music was my dream.
Okay.
And as well as I was fortunate enough and was blessed enough. Well, I was extremely talented as far as football and baseball. So you know, I was a high school football star and track star and baseball and what have you.
Oh.
But due to the fact of lack of opportunities out there,
Mhm.
you know. There was no exposure,
Yeah.
you know, for talent. You
Yeah,
know, it's
'cause
basically
it's-
like a little one-horse town and what have you. You know,
Yeah.
and
I know about them.
yeah,
I come
So-
from one myself. A little
Yeah.
dot. In and out for about 5-10 minutes. Not even that.
well, just at me, I asked.
In Ohio. Yeah.
Country town, little farm.
Yeah. Small little place, but you know, it was my hometown. I wouldn't change it for the world because I know that a lot of children would, you know, love to have that type of upbringing that I had. You know, you can't say that today. Today is just it's crazy, and so I'm really thankful for the childhood that I had. You know, so I am a Lima bean, and I'm glad of it.
A lima bean. Is
Yeah.
that the name of the...
That it's Lima. It's
Oh.
Lima, Ohio. That's where I'm from. So
Okay.
Yeah, the high school that I was fortunate to go to, you know, we only had maybe 1,800 students. You
okay.
know, but we was close knitted,
Mhm.
and on the football team, man, the 4 years that I had the privilege of playing, you know, we won 3 championships.
CIA
You know what I mean?
championships?
Well, we went to the
Local.
state.
State
Yeah.
championship.
State.
So if you had 1,800 students in that high school, was there only one high school in Paris, California?
ma'am.
Oh, because that's a whole
Yeah.
lot more students than the high school I went to.
Oh
Yeah.
well, how many did you
Probably
have?
like 300.
Oh really?
Yeah, but it was a
So
small
on
Catholic.
but I'm saying, but when you
all-girls
were
school.
on that was back in
No, it was in Los Angeles.
it was in Los Angeles. I thought it was in
wasn't-
Jamaica.
No,
No.
I moved here when I was 7.
Oh okay. So
But 1,800 is a whole lot
Yeah,
of
it was
students.
very small,
Yeah,
very small.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
we had some extremely talented people, you know, and you know there was the Hispanics and we had whites and so on and so forth and whatever, but we was all close knitted, you know.
So it was a very
And so-
diverse community.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
yeah.
And we used to beat AAA and 4A schools,
Mm.
you know what I mean, because of our unity and so on and so forth and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is your family a musical family? Is that one of the things why you were interested in, doing music?
No, ma'am. From what little I know about my dad, from pictures I saw, you know, he was in some type of local band,
Oh, okay.
you know, and that was in Watts. Um, but you know, he didn't raise me, so you know, I don't know really how long he was affiliated with the band or whatever. But he did have some type of musical talent.
So that's
You know,
interesting.
and so,
Like you said, even though you were raised by your great grandparents and your father was musically inclined, it's interesting that you actually were pulled in the direction of music. So even without the exposure of being around your father.
right.
So the blood is thicker than water.
Well, I think I really got my influence when we went to church as well.
Okay.
You know, me and my sister, we was forced sometimes to sing up front, or in the little kids choir.
Yeah.
You know, and so my interest grew from there. You know, during the summertime, sometimes I'd be sitting in front of the radio. You know, all day long, man, just going up and down the dial, trying to find something constructive to listen to. You know, because we was off during the summer. It was too hot to play outside.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So in that little bitty small town, you really didn't have the luxury of listening to or get R&B music or whatever. You know, you would get maybe people like Fats Domino, Elvis Presley. You know, I took a liking to him.
He's talented.
And Little Richard from time to time. You know, and so it wasn't really until I got into high school and Paris started to grow to whereas the musical stations and what would start playing, you know, like Motown. So that's how I really fell in love with Motown and Smokey Robinson. And so I started trying to pattern myself after him and his creative writing and so on and so forth and the way he was able to express himself and tell a story.
Right.
You know, especially love ballads.
Right.
You know, so.
Did you play an instrument?
No. You know, I tried to. My grandmother put me in a band when I was in the 6th grade, but you know, I was trying to play the drums. You know, for some reason or another, I just could not keep beat. And then I went from the drums to a trumpet, and I just couldn't get that blowing down. You know, you have to blow through it and make it. You know, so I think basically my athletic ability took in at that time, and so I just concentrated on football and track. Because that little small town, that's basically what they featured in. You know what I'm saying? The sports.
Oh yeah, most small towns, that's what they have. That's what they look forward to. They look forward to, you know, the sports, you know, aspect of it, you know. So basically.
But I think if I had lived in L.A. during the time of Soul Train era, you know what I mean? Because I love to dance. Maybe I would have got some influence. There, you know, if we lived in L.A. in one day, because Soul Train every Saturday, man, that was the show. You know what I mean? That we drew inspiration from.
I think that was everybody's show.
Exactly.
I used to just imagine myself, you know, being on Soul Train. I was like, oh, I'm going. I used to always say from seeing Soul Train, oh, I'm going to California. Yeah, I'm going to live in California. And like all my cousins would say, you ain't going to California.
And be a Soul Train dancer. That's what you were aspiring to be, right?
Right. I was going to be a Soul Train dancer, you know.
You lived in the city during that time, didn't you?
Yes, I did. But I wasn't aspiring to be a Soul Train dancer. I was busy studying biology or something. I don't know.
I heard that.
Something boring, but I did love Soul Train and all the other shows that, you know, exposed you to black families and things like that. So that the culture was so much richer back then in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And nowadays, I can't find anything to identify with on the TV. And the music is not the same as it was back in the day. So Right now they kind of just pull everything together with synthesizers and things like that. I'm not even sure how many people can actually play instruments anymore.
Right.
So with that, we should probably, consider.
Taking a break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back to the Many Shades of Pink and Black Health radio program on KBOKradio.com, sponsored by Many Shades of Pink.
I'm your host, Wendy Sherrill, breast cancer survivor and advocate.
And I'm your co-host, Dr. Susanna Flalo. And our special guest today is Mr. Glen Walls, songwriter, producer, and singer. And our topic today is music and breast cancer.
So before we took our break, what were we asking Mr. Glen?
Well, he mentioned that he was a little nervous, so
Right.
he said that he just wanted to feel like he could talk to us like he was at work.
Yeah,
Right.
if I could speak as if I was at work in regards when I stand up there and try to tell them convicts something to do or what they can't do, you know what I mean? I'm more relaxed.
Well, then
In
just
a
pretend
sense,
like the two
you
of
know.
us are two of the convicts you're talking to.
Exactly.
I'll
Yeah.
do my darndest.
Yeah, just get relaxed. There's no pressure here.
Exactly. So yeah, just act like you at work and we're your co-workers.
Okay.
You just talking to us like we're working with you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna dive in about this song that when I heard it, I was very, very impressed, and this is the reason why you're here today.
Thank you.
So what inspired you to write Mr. Cancer?
No, Mr. Cancer.
Yeah, no, Mr. Cancer.
Yeah, a friend of mine by the name of Adam Martinez
Mm-hmm.
that I had the pleasure of working with for about 30 years. He's retired now. He had a beautiful daughter who had came down, I guess, with pancreatic cancer or something of this nature.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sharing it on Facebook with all us co-workers. And we would see it, I would see it from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
So from that point, I was kind of pushed to do something or to say something to my friend. How could I touch my friend, or what could I say to him?
Mm-hmm.
So during the course of time, I like to jog 3 miles every day,
Mm-hmm.
or when I can, when I'm not working.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thought, when I was jogging one day, no, Mr. Cancer, struck me. So usually when I jog, I usually carry a little pen, a little tablet or whatever, small. So I briefly wrote down no, Mr. Cancer at that particular time. And later on that night, I remember waking up from the sounds of raindrops that was hitting on my air conditioner and what have you. So I opened up the window and laid back down, and then the thoughts of this song started coming into fold and what have you. So I just started, jotting down different words and so on and so forth. Then I would, like a puzzle, like a scramble, trying to put it in some type of structure and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So then it just started flowing. No, Mr. Cancer, no, not today. I promised myself a beautiful day.
Okay.
And so from that standpoint, that would really structured the song,
Mm-hmm.
or the hook. And so I just started to build from there, and came up with I thought was a pretty constructive song, a meaningful song.
Well, I think that it's a beautiful song. It's beautiful.
And hopefully inspiration.
It is. It really is. It caught my attention. Well, how I came across the song it's because, my boyfriend actually heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, hey, you got to listen to this song. This is really nice. A friend of mine wrote this song, and I'm just like so impressed. And so he sent the song to me. And I was
am
just
so
like,
grateful.
Yeah. Just really, when I heard it, I was like, wow, this is a beautiful song. Like, who wrote this?
Hmm.
Who's the person that wrote this song? So, um,
Mr. Glenn, did you know much about cancer before your friend's daughter was diagnosed with her pancreatic cancer?
Not really.
No one really close to you that you knew of had been struggling or suffering with cancer, right?
No, not really. I'm trying to think. My any of my
Relatives.
relatives and aunties and grandmothers and so on and so forth. But I do know a lot of friends right now.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the guy that does my music,
Mm-hmm.
he just came down with some type of throat cancer.
Throat cancer.
We found out about a couple of months back.
Wow.
And he's the one helped me put this together.
Wow.
oh,
And I got a beautiful neighbor down the street. I don't really try to get into his business or whatever, but he had some type of head cancer that they did an operation on the side of his head, and they go in and I guess they clean it out or so on and so forth. But he's taking that chemotherapy 3 times a week. Matter of fact, both of them are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Does it seem like since that time when you started constructing that No No Mr. Cancer song that now you're starting to notice more people, either friends, neighbors, or coworkers are getting cancer?
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And what really hurts me and brings tears to my eyes is when I see them kids on St. Jude's.
Those commercials.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got to turn away. I'm just thinking about it now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Make me want to tear up. You know
Fighting
what I mean?
for their life at
Yes.
such a young age.
Yes.
Right.
Who really don't know what life's about.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hear them talk, they talk about, dying or passing away as if it's like they going to heaven or to Disneyland or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
So that's that was some more encouragement, and I hope to maybe one day present this to St. Jude's
Mm-hmm.
Hospital.
Okay.
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for it to become maybe a national anthem.
Song for cancer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the inspiration that I tried to put into it.
Right.
I've had people call and tell me, hey, I was just dancing to that song. Hey, it brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of my mother or a friend or something of that nature. But
Right.
it was encouraging,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone has probably been touched in their life with someone that they know or personally themselves has
Right.
had cancer or struggled through cancer. So it pretty much touches almost anyone in this world. Because someone either has a friend, neighbor, co-worker, a family member, someone
The
that's
one thing
had
about it
cancer.
don't discriminate.
No, it does not.
No, it
You
doesn't.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I first met you, when we were in Marina Valley, you shared with me that you had a girlfriend that went through breast cancer.
Yes. Well, actually, I didn't know whether she wanted me to mention it, what have you. But
Don't say her
No,
name.
you don't have to say her name.
Actually, we was married,
Oh,
You
okay.
know
So
what I'm
you're
saying?
your ex-wife. I wasn't for
And,
sure if it was your girlfriend or if your ex-wife. Okay.
and she had came down with breast cancer. And from what I know, she's doing quite well now.
Oh, okay.
But she went through all the major surgery and transplant,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and so that, like I said, I didn't want to put her out there, but yes,
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
kind of hesitant when you had asked me that, You
Blame
know.
that on her. I don't even know anybody.
Yeah. No, you had asked me,
Oh, about
did you know
other
anybody?
cancers. Ah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, got
Well,
it.
I recalled it. I
Okay.
mean,
Mhm.
I just recalled it. I remember, someone that was kind of,
Close
to you, having breast cancer.
Mhm.
Right.
So that was the
Well,
one
we're glad
of
to
the
hear that she's doing well from going through this surgery and whatever treatment that she had. That she's doing well and hopefully in remission.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that she was doing well. So.
From what I know,
Okay.
from what
That's
I
good to know.
Yeah.
last word, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. So have you written any other songs that we should know about? Or you want to
Well,
test something out today?
Nothing, nothing
Nothing ready for
related
prime time?
to for cancer,
No,
but you
I'm
know.
not.
No,
about
we talking about
anything.
anything. Oh, you have songs now.
Yeah, I have quite a few songs on YouTube and CD Baby, you know.
So are they what are they based on life's experiences or what's going on in the world today or what's your theme behind some of your songs?
Well, I try to pick some topics that make sense, man. You know, I did one a while back called "We Should Never Forget." You know, the 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And yes, I got my love ballads. You know, I like to try to be versatile. You know, I got one that my friend Ernie he crazy about. I whistle.
I whistle. It's nice.
And I haven't been to the studio in quite a while, but I'm dying to get back. But I got some songs I want to do specifically for black females,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to uplift them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I really feel as though, you know, you guys don't really get your true value.
Especially when some of
Instance.
the
I can agree
especially
with
when
that.
some of the songs are calling us out of our
Degrading.
name and calling
Yes.
That's what kills me.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm speaking
We need
of.
something to offset
You know,
those
those
songs out
bees
there.
and those
Yeah.
Just
the
disrespectful songs.
right,
Degrading, right.
and all you could do is just shake yo so and so
Yeah,
so and so, you know.
That's not music.
Yeah, to me that's not
uh,
music either, and it definitely does not is not the accurate name to be calling a woman, and it doesn't I don't identify with.
And not only
No,
that, but
that music.
the young men coming up, young boys coming up, they listen to that and they think that that's the way how you're supposed to treat young women, young
Right.
ladies. So that's inappropriate. We're not giving them a good role model either.
Yes, I like to get back to some of the original stuff, you know, like I was speaking with the gentleman about, you know, back in the day, Smokey and the Temptations, that since I lost my baby, you know what I'm trying to say, my girl.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, tracks of my tears, songs that have substance and meat
Right.
on the bone, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Something that your kids, my kids, grandkids, we all could listen to
Right.
Yeah.
together.
And not be
You know what I'm
ashamed
saying?
of. Right.
You know, man, I walk by some of these vehicles
Ooh.
and hear some of this stuff with young kids in the vehicle, all kind of filth.
Yeah.
Beautiful beat.
Yeah. But every other
You
word
know
is
what
a
I'm trying
bad
to say?
word.
Yeah, and I say to myself, and I want to say, hey, excuse me, come on, man. You got your little baby. Is that what you want? Your little kid to go to school?
Listening to.
Yeah, and repeating that type of stuff. You know.
Well, I have to bring up. What about the women that they're actually
Doing some of the same thing.
well, they are degrading themselves.
True that.
They're degrading themselves. The reason why they're degrading themselves is because the songs that have all the B words in, they're actually acknowledging and saying, "Hey, that's my song." So
Back in the day, you call a female the B, you get slapped.
okay,
You get your head practically tore off.
right,
Maybe your brother,
You
maybe
know.
her brother probably come and beat you up too.
Right.
right,
And now they're glorifying
Right.
this.
right.
you know, and it was very shocking to me, man. When I walked into a party of young kids, they might have been having a party and be this, be that. I have to ask the parent, wait, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Right.
Hey, baby, that's what they,
That's what they
man.
listen to, huh? Yeah.
You know, I couldn't stand it.
But they could put a stop to that if they wanted to.
Yes,
the
they
parents.
can. The parents can.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're too
Right.
too busy trying to be their friends
Right.
and not being the disciplinarians. So.
Exactly. And they're
That's
just,
another whole topic that I
oh,
have a whole lot
that
to say
is.
about.
Me too.
Lack of parenting. But
Exactly.
Anyway.
So.
And then you get embarrassed when you call up to the school and the teacher tells them, hey, all this filth and pollution coming up out of her mouth or his mouth and what have you. You know good well you got it from the house.
Yeah, but
See
then
what I'm
guess
saying?
what? Then the parents that go there to find out about it end up defending the child, and they're cursing at the
True
at
that.
the,
That's
at the
right.
principal. So it's like then now the principal knows where the child got that
You're right.
from because their mouth is just as filthy. It's like,
You're
okay,
right.
never mind. I know where this comes from. So there's no need to try to reason with someone that's unreasonable. You can't tell them their
Exactly.
child is doing wrong when they're doing it themselves. So
Right.
But-
that's what I'm talking about.
But
parenting.
thank God now, it's not every household.
Right.
You know what I mean? I done seen some very respectable households, young households.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's
You
when you
know,
have to give them credit. When I see a
Bingo.
mother with their children and the children are being well behaved and respectable and they're calling their mother, yeah, hi mommy or whatever, and I go over to that mother and say, I am so proud
Give me
of you.
five.
Yeah, I am
Give
so
me five.
proud of you.
Give me five.
You're an
Give me
excellent
five.
mother or
Yeah.
father. You have to give them props and let them know that what they're doing is right, even though that's going against the grain of what they're seeing all around them.
Mhm.
They're taking the time and investing the love that it takes to be a good parent, which is discipline and structure in that
And
child's life.
Right. A solid foundation.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I give a lot of props to black men.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That have their kid
Yes.
and he's obeying him and what have you, and the attention that he's giving them.
Yes.
I'll go out of my way being an older individual. But
Mhm.
I know I was with my kids.
Mhm.
Right.
You better set your butt down. You go over this house or that house. You don't be
Mm-hmm.
running up and down the hallways, going in and people's icebox. Cause I done had
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
bring their kids over
And
and,
then
they doing that.
Just go into
And
everything.
they won't even mind
Well,
the
we-
parents.
Oh,
But when I say, hey, what did she say? Or what did he say?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, it's a shame.
So-
It's a shame that they don't listen to their parents. But that starts from home, because if the parents doesn't make them listen and be obedient, then if they're not behaving to the parents, they're not going to respect any other adult. I mean, the
Right.
first set of adults that you should respect are your parents, and if you
Exactly.
see
True
no
that.
respect from that, please don't
True
expect
that.
it. So they don't respect the bus driver, the teacher, the principal, anybody, because they don't respect their parents.
Mhm.
And sometimes they think they're on equal playing field where they can just talk to them any old kind of way and call them out of their own name.
Well, they don't
Yes.
know. It's like who the parent.
Yeah.
Who's the child and who's the
Is
parent.
the tail wagging the dog?
Okay.
And unfortunately, man, I feel a lot of, like I say, start with the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
I
have
really do.
to try to
You
get
know,
that back together.
That negative music.
Mhm.
The music, the videos that are horrible,
Mhm.
disrespectful, disgraceful. I don't even know. You shouldn't be able to pay any woman any kind of money to have hardly any clothes on, bottom hanging out, top hanging
I
out.
don't even want to talk about that.
Being disrespectful of their own bodies. So, but put it this way: if women did not do that, then there would be no videos.
Exactly.
So we have to start letting women know they need to respect their own bodies.
Well,
and they need to
basically,
find somewhere else to make money.
right, and not
You
only
know.
that, but it comes with self-worth.
Yeah.
Valuing yourself and loving
Right.
yourself.
Right.
And just putting yourself above any and all things, and not allowing what's going on in this world. Enticing men is not the answer.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not it. That's not gonna get it. Okay.
That's another whole show, right?
Exactly. And we can do one on that, sis.
Yeah.
But diving back into the music, for our audience that have never heard your music, explain your sound in like 5 words.
smooth,
Uh-oh.
sexy,
Uh-oh.
very rhythmic.
Okay.
Uh, uh,
How many was
Look.
that?
3.
3. You got 2 more.
it sounds like I'm bragging, but
No, that's your music. Good brag.
sensuous,
Uh-oh. Okay.
sensuous.
All right.
That's the way I try to go with it. You know,
Okay.
I can't think of number 5, but you know, I feel as though I could put you in the mood.
Uh-oh. He said he could put me
I
in the
won't even
mood.
ask what kind of
Okay.
You know, put you in the mood. You know, whether it be partying
Okay,
or you know what I mean, a late night.
Right. So I can you can
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can put on your music and I can be on one. I can be, basically, in a bad mood. But if I put your music on, then, it just may
Lift your
uplift
spirits.
me, lift my spirits up.
I would like to think so.
Oh,
Now I
okay.
can't say that with the younger generation.
No,
but
we talking about you right now.
with our age.
Right.
Mm.
So
You know what I'm trying to say?
So when you make your music, is your audience that you're targeting, is it more of the baby boomers, the 40 to 60-year-olds, or what? When you're creating this music, who are you trying to reach?
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to reach everybody. I try to make it go universal.
Okay.
You see what I'm trying to say? Whatever the creator give me,
Mm-hmm.
I try to bring it from the gut and give it direction and give it meaning, But I would say if they give it a chance, when the youngsters give it a chance, then they I like that. After sometimes you can listen to a song, and I've been that way, just like with Thriller. I just use that as an example.
Mm-hmm.
When I first heard that, what the heck is he singing? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is he talking about? But then, subconsciously, down the line, I started hearing it more. Down there, boom, 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 boom.
It was that beat, though.
Boom, boom,
That
boom,
beat
boom,
was
boom.
smooth. We got to get that.
But what I'm saying is, the beat came, then the words. I said, okay, now I see what's
Right.
going on with it. But I didn't give it a chance
Right.
at first.
Okay.
Just giving it. I'm just giving an illustration. Just like I was driving over and talking to Ernie. We was talking about music and what have you. And I was telling him I think Bruno Mars is a hit.
Yeah. He is.
You know what I'm trying to say.
He is.
And he kind of got that old school flavor.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Do you know that Bruno Mars is the first, he to film to be Elvis Presley, because he would do Elvis Presley as a little boy.
4 years old.
4 years old. So they actually had him playing a young Elvis in the movie. So,
Right.
he
I saw
has
that.
that. Yeah.
I saw that.
He got his exposure.
Yeah, he had,
it.
and then only that, but his family, they performed,
Mm-hmm.
and his uncles actually was performing Elvis, so he was exposed. I think that he had some really exposure to that soulful sound.
That was like a launching pad.
Yeah. So yeah.
But nowadays the younger generation, I don't know which generation it is, millennials, X, Y, Z. I'm not quite sure what age group, but one of those generations behind the baby boomers, they listen to a lot of Motown, and they have a lot of remixes that have a lot of Motown songs in them, so they're very exposed to them. You'd be surprised, you call out something, it's like, wait a minute, that's way after your time, but they're into it. But they're just mixing and have another beat that appeals to them,
Right.
and they put a medley together to have lots of stuff that's old school. They know how to respect the old tunes when they really made some music and the words meant something and they had a message to them.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they get back to some of that. And there is a set of artists that are doing that.
Right.
And then there's this other side over here that's making noise.
I know,
but
but the thing of it is that R&B is very, very awesome music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but today it's like people that like to sing those songs will they be heard on the radio? Will they be played on the radio? See, I think that's the problem.
That's the problem right
Yeah.
there, sweetie.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right. There's
Yeah.
not a platform for
Mhm.
it. I'm shocked at Bruno Mars, and I think because of his exposure, like on NFL Super Bowls and stuff like that. That's how he grabbed his fan base, you know,
Yeah.
because of with his old school stuff, you know,
And being on some performing on some of the
excuse me,
award shows.
Right.
Too. Yeah.
and Soul Train, you know, and so no man, to me he's the bomb out there. I
He's
got to
legit,
give him his props, you know.
So tell us, which do you prefer? Old school R&B and soul, like Al Green, Teddy Pendergrass, or urban R&B like the Usher and the R. Kellys?
Man, I got to stay with what I grew up on. You know, the Al Greens, the Smokey, you know, the Teddy Bear.
Luther.
Okay.
Now, come on
Barry
now.
White.
Luther, I'm
Exactly.
finna get to them.
Yeah.
Take it on
You know
back,
what I mean?
sis. Take it on back.
You know, that was like soul, raw soul being piped down from the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say? I mean, these other artists basically that you mentioned, they just hitting at it.
Oh,
I give them their props. I give them their props as far as being successful.
Yeah.
You know, but you know they done borrowed, like Usher. He borrowed from James Brown and Michael.
Well,
You know what I'm
I have
saying?
to say I got to give my Usher that. Hey, that's. I got to give Usher his props because I love his music. I love his dance style, and and he did. He borrowed it, and I'm gonna say he copycat.
Right.
Made it his own.
And made it his own.
But like I said, I give him his props.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm a real fan of the old R&B.
Right. I am
You
too.
know, don't get me wrong. And I could go to a Usher
Concert.
concert.
So
Okay.
is there any new R&B artist that's actually original that hasn't kind of tapped back to the old school stuff
Right.
that you know?
The only thing I can think of is Bruno.
Bruno.
And what's that guy? Jaheim.
Jaheim.
Now I give him props, but you only hear him every now and then.
But you know why? Again, it's the platform because everybody's listening to hip hop. They're not listening to R&B. And I think people that prefer old school, we like R&B, but they're not giving that platform, especially radio time on the air,
Sure.
So I think what we have to do is, we have to create web-based radio,
Bingo.
and we have to play that music that that have that R&B flavor.
And I really do believe once it come back, it'll be here to stay. I really do believe that.
Yeah, I hope so because I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm running out of artists to really kind of even listen to. I got to take it on back.
Well, but KBLK Radio gives us some good smooth songs.
Yeah. Oh yes. Okay.
We can't forget.
We got to give them their shots out. We do. Tayati has to.
And all his foot soldiers.
All his foot soldiers.
Melvin.
Is that my man there?
Yeah. Yes. All of them.
Some good music.
Exactly.
What do you play, sir? May I ask?
He's.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we play?
Well, they play a lot of good. They play a variety
like-
of music, and then there's another station that they play jazz on too.
Mhm.
Those are online.
So we have to give you that, so that you can tap into, and it's web based, so you can actually listen to it anywhere. Actually, so
Right.
that's what we have to do. We have to actually pour into our community and our Black-owned internet web radio
I agree with you.
stations, you know. So rkbokradio.com. Gotta constantly keep on plugging it in because you know we got to just put them up there. We got to put them up there, you know. So
Right, and put into songs values. Put back the family values
true.
and love. Like I said, man, you turn on these radios now, man. I don't understand what the heck they talking about. Yo, you know, I got the good herb. I got the, you know what I mean? What?
Someone needs to translate the words of the song.
But I mean, that's the reason why, man, our youth, kids growing up,
But you go to a concert, they can recite every single one of those songs, every word of the songs. It's amazing.
right.
I know.
They don't know their lessons at school, but they know the words of the
That's
songs.
what I'm
Yes,
talking
they
about.
do. Yes, they
That's what I'm
do.
talking about.
Priorities, oh well.
That is so funny.
But that stuff is being piped into our community, man, for
For a reason.
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I hate to say it. And it's driving us to straight ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a strategy, you know. It's a
Right.
strategy, and it's actually done on purpose. So
I didn't want to go there.
This is the place to go there.
Exactly, this is the place to go. So you know, we as a community, as Black people, you have to recognize. You know, we have to recognize, and a lot of people, they're not, as they could say, they're not woke, you know.
Right.
And when I say that they're not woke, they don't want to be woke. They're not paying attention. You have to pay attention of what's going on around us and what they're doing to our communities. And dysfunctional music pouring into our communities, what do you think you're going to get out of that when you constantly hear dysfunctional music on a regular basis?
All the negativity and everything.
Nothing but drama in our communities. You know what I mean? Gun violence and disrespect of our women.
Right.
You know what I mean? And abuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was. You know, when we was coming up, you know, for yourself, you know, that Motown era, man. We had so much love and basic unity. You know, because music set the tone.
Right.
I felt, you know.
Yeah, so many good groups, the Spinners, the
Yeah,
OJs.
yeah.
I mean, all Funkadelics. I mean, even if they were on the raw side, they still weren't offensive. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And the beautiful thing about it, you could tell who's who.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have different sound.
You know what I mean? If Smokey came on, you know that's Smokey.
Yeah.
If Marvin came on, you know that was Marvin. You know what I mean?
Wind and Fire.
Earth, Wind and Fire. You know the group.
Reason.
These groups now, you can't. Who's this?
You can't tell
Everybody's sounding alike with.
Well, the
you know.
synthesizer makes everybody sound good.
Right, but what I'm saying is there's no distinctive
No.
voices. You see what I'm saying? You knew Smokey's soprano.
Right.
You know, you knew David Ruffin's
Right.
bass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the women, you know, Aretha Franklin's.
Everybody had their own
Diana
unique.
Ross.
Yeah, they
Thank
had their
you.
own unique
Patti
style.
LaBelle.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
Right.
So many.
Bingo.
So let me ask you this question:
Yes, ma'am.
if you could open up for anybody, any artist today, who would you open up? Who would you like to open up for?
Bruno Mars. You know, because I feel
Great, that's a good
I
one.
feel we have a similar style.
Okay.
Oh, I think that he would appreciate my music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If given a chance. You know.
You might have to send him a track.
Yeah.
You know, which I would love to do. You
Mhm.
know, it would definitely be him. Other than that, I can't.
Well, that was a good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
It was. It really
Yeah,
was.
I'm sorry. I would be really reaching or lying at this particular point.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we can hear where your passion is.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even though the time has run short, we certainly appreciate the fact that you've come and shared this time with us. It's gone by so quickly.
I
Once we
know.
started getting into the music piece of it.
Right.
You know? So thank you for coming a long way from Paris, California, to be with us in San Diego.
Yeah, and we will be actually having your song in rotation on Sunday. So for the audience, you will get to hear "No, No, No, Mr. Cancer."
Yeah, you got me blushing.
Yeah,
You know. But
so our radio
thank
can't say
you
that. Right.
for your time and patience.
Oh, no problem.
Truly, I wish I could have been more prepared, you know, a little bit more relaxed, because it seems as though I didn't get relaxed till the end of the
We'll give you a sedative
show.
next time. I'll
Well,
bring
there
one
you,
for
there you go. You the doctor,
So
right?
yeah, I'm the one. So
Yes.
we're gonna run into our announcements real quick. So for our first announcement, of course, our monthly community outreach event, Good Health Equals Long Life, is every third Wednesday of the month at the Big Lots parking lot on Federal and Euclid, 1655 Euclid Avenue. Our next event is October 18th. We have the free mammograms that are being done out there, along with Kaiser's mobile van checking blood pressure, blood sugar. Various other foundations are out there. Family Health Center, San Ysidro Health Clinic. So come out. Everything is free out there. Please come out and join us. We also have the next event. Coleman and City of Hope International have partnered to do a breast cancer awareness on October 22nd. That's Sunday after church, you guys, 12 to 4. So ladies, come out. It's at the City of Hope International on 4999 Holly Drive, right near Lincoln. This is a free event. We're going to have the 3Me mammogram being done there, offered free. Breast health education, lunch will be served, entertainment. We're going to have singing and dancing, opportunity drawings, and much, much more. So please come out for that event.
Okay, and Coleman Circle of Promise and A Healthier Me will join Black Women of Excellence on October the 28th at the 4 Point Sheraton, 8110 Arrow Drive, San Diego, providing the free state-of-the-art 3D mammograms from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dr. Afalo and I will conduct a breast health and wellness education seminar from 11 to 2 p.m. and we will also have a opportunity drawing. And to schedule any of appointment for any of those 3 events, just call 619-269-1299 or email me at wendy@sdcoleman.com, and walk-ins are welcome as well.
And so you've been listening to the Many Shades of Pink and Black Health Radio program on kblkradio.com, sponsored by Many Shades of Pink.
I am your host, Wendy Sherrill, breast cancer survivor and advocate.
And I'm your co-host, Dr. Susanna Flalo, and we want to thank our special guest today, who was Mr. Glen Walls, songwriter, producer, and singer. The topic was music and breast cancer. So thank you for listening. Be sure to tune in every Sunday at 2 p.m.
Be sure to go to the Coleman San Diego Circle of Promise website at www.colemansandiego.org for more information on breast cancer.
And also make sure, if you want to learn a little bit more about A Healthier Me, the program, it's a lifestyle change program, please visit my website at www.ahealthiermesd.com. So have a wonderful week.
And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.